Good morning, light bearers across the world. We invite you to attend our October conference, which begins Thursday, October 8th, and will continue through October 11th. Victory to those who love. As keepers of the flame, we are holding a great balance during this time of world change. And we have upcoming in America the presidential election on November 3rd, as well as other elections. So we know as mature sons and daughters of God, we have accepted our calling to spiritually defend America. We are here to give our all to this great cause of freedom, knowing that we are in a spiritual battle. This battle is for the very light and life of our nation. It is a war for the very soul of this nation. It is truly the battle for the revolution in higher consciousness and the overcoming of those forces of death and hell that lust after the light of the light bearers. It is Armageddon, as written in Revelation 13, the battle between the forces of good and evil. So this morning we would like to preview a few of the dictations and the highlights of the conference. And we begin the conference with a wonderful lecture from Mark Prophet titled The American Dream. And he tells us how very important it is that we identify with the American dream and try to uphold the principles that made our country so great in the beginning, because freedom is the greatest gift that we will ever have. The Goddess of Liberty, this is an unpublished dictation titled The Crucifixion, Free Will, and the Law of Transcendence. This is the fiery core of the torch of liberty that we pass. And she explains how it is the cosmic cross of white fire that is the foundation of the initiation of that crucifixion. We have another unpublished dictation by El Moria, World Goodwill and the Course of Chelaship. And he explains why the path of Chelaship is more important than any other outer activity, all professional accomplishment, although those are important. And he says that the saving of a planet and her evolutions is a mathematical equation, an equation of light and darkness, and the light overcoming and swallowing up that darkness. Then we have mighty victory, victory to those who love. And he sends forth a ray to melt the allure of the magnetism of the psychic plane, for too many children of God are caught up in it. And then we have Saint Germain, an unpublished dictation also, the affirmation of the flame of freedom. So we'd like to play a short excerpt of that dictation for you now.
I will tell you as I have told you before, so I tell you again, that the dynamic decrees of the Word of God by the Lamb through the saints, through this activity, is as none other, and this activity of the light has held the balance in these hours of darkness and continues to hold the balance of world freedom as the watchman on the wall. Do not discount or underestimate this momentum of light, for the ascended masters are counting on you, and your decrees are effective as the fervent prayer which availeth much good to earth and her evolutions. Beloved hearts of light, trust in this method, for we do multiply the bread of life through you, and we have averted many catastrophes by the service to Saint Germain, by the service that you have called in my name in answer to my call. I thrust a mighty sacred fire into this nation. I say, no longer will the great law allow this purpose, this flame, or this teaching, this music of the hour to go unheard, or you to remain unseen. America needs your light, your hope, your promise, your smiling and determined faces, and so they shall see them, for no other group rises up with such dedication or understanding, such love of freedom, such excellence in the use of the word.
So Saint Germain really spelled it out, didn't he? If America is going to be saved, it will be saved through us. Not by us, but through us. Because although the masters would release the light, if the chalice be not there, then there is nothing to receive that light. So this is our calling as keepers of the flame, to be there for those Saint Germain services that Saint Germain spoke about, to be there for the conferences, for the anchoring of the light in the 4 quadrants of the year. So be there, be here with us at the inner retreat or on the internet broadcast for our conference, and hold up that torch of freedom for this nation, for Saint Germain, for the Goddess of Liberty, for the entire spirit of the Great White Brotherhood.